Hi, it's KK here from myprosperity, kicking off the Planning Innovation series. And today I have the pleasure of sitting down with Arthur Kallos from Spark Financial Group. Welcome, Arthur.
Thank you, KK. Thanks for having me.
And the whole purpose of today is to really sit down with innovative organisations in the planning industries, from dealer groups to self-licensed planners to technology partners, to really understand their perspective on the industry. So Arthur, tell us a little bit about Spark and also, what does innovation mean for you?
Okay, look, thanks for the opportunity, KK, and it's great to be with you. And hi, everyone. The idea behind the Spark model, back in 2016, I came up with a prototype model where we really focused on shrink wrapping the advice process to comply as you went, rather than providing all the advice, doing the compliance, and then retrospectively trying to fix or review. So that model was launched back in 2016, and we were able to get a few planners on board. And then once I perfected that part of the offering, I then went full scale in 2017 and went out to market and grew the group, now known as Spark Financial Group. I think before anyone looks to really innovate, you need to have all the fundamentals in place, have the right design, and then once you're looking to expand that, then you introduce the technology required to do so. Because without the technology, as you know, that replication is the hardest thing to do in business. So without the ability to replicate and create scale, you can't grow. And so that's where technology comes in. And so, innovation and technology creates, better, faster, stronger results for businesses.
Yeah, excellent. So, Arthur, I've known you for a couple of years now, and you've always been at the forefront of, embracing new technology. What do you think are some of your biggest wins, and why do you think technology is so important?
When it comes down to creating scale and replication, the hardest thing in business is to replicate yourself. So basically, if you think about the life of a financial planner, they want to see as many people as possible increase their client-facing time. But without a sound process carried through technology or delivered through technology, to do that scalably, repetitively, without a sacrifice to quality, is very, very challenging. And that's, I guess, having an innovative process delivered through technology can actually be the game changer for that particular practice.
Yeah, great. And in terms of your authorised representatives, how do you get their buy-in? How do you get them motivated and get them to stay on top of new developments?
Look, I think they're pretty motivated. I think the challenges that they're facing in the industry today would be very, I guess, challenging, but also motivating in the sense that, heightened sense of, fly or die, so to speak. They have to relook at the way they do things, because they're going to be time poor. And so if you can deliver solutions to increase time through innovation and technology, well, that's really what planners need today. Because if you think about it, they've got more time they need to spend on studying, CPD, non-advice type activities. So they're either going to have to work more, or they need to better value their time. And so to do that, they need to relook at the way they do things.
Now, in terms of the Royal Commission, I know it is a sensitive topic out there, and advisors will see it as an opportunity or threat. Personally, I think there's really three buckets. I think there are advisors that it's business as usual. They're going to continue their day-to-day, tasks, and they're already on that journey of their client engagement strategy, and it is what it is. Then I think there's another bucket where there are advisors that have been in the business for 30 to 40 years, and now it's time to exit, especially around the requirements of FASEA now for additional studies. And then I think there's this third bucket, which is quite interesting. Now that some of the banks have moved away from financial advice, we've seen CBA and most recently Westpac. I think there are still some financial advisors out there that are a little bit uncertain to thinking, should I now move to a boutique dealer group away from the banks, or should I become a self-licensed advisor? And I've seen a trend in that, because obviously I speak to financial advisors on a daily basis. However, what do you think of the Royal Commission? What do you think of the impact it has had on the industry, and has it really affected you?
Look, I mean, without a doubt, it's affected everyone, and that's reverberated down the line to even the consumers and clients feeling the impact of that around uncertainty and questioning the value exchange between themselves and their advisor. Look, I think no doubt the industry needs to have had that shake-up, particularly around conflicts and removing any situations where clients' best interests are not looked after. That had to be done. The challenge really now is though, it's really practices that have been doing or planners that have been doing the right thing. It's really re-establishing that connection with their clients and having the time to do it, because now it's potentially having to recreate buy-in with their clients or review their CVPs or the customer value propositions to enhance the value exchange and find time to do it, because all of a sudden they've now got all these other activities that they must comply with to be able to continue advising. And so you need to pull back and look at the pain points in your business and actually understand how you're going to attend to those through a scalable and efficient manner. And technology, no doubt, is the mechanism to deliver that. So you need to understand exactly which part of the advice process you want to address and which technology partner you're going to introduce to enable a better efficient delivery of that part of the process or that part of the experience to sustain your business moving forward. So when you introduce that technology partner, all of a sudden you're able to expand. Mm-hmm. And so this is what practices have to, embrace, is that the Royal Commission is now going to put more emphasis on the value propositions, how they do things, to ensure that they can sustain and grow their businesses. So they need to, re-engineer potentially the way they do things or work with a group that can support them, with that change. So that's where we come in as a dealer group. We're pretty hands-on with our practices. And that's why we don't intend to be a very large dealer group. We just want to work with a certain number of practices and helping them on their journey to achieve their goals.
Yeah, great. No, well, that's fantastic. Well, Arthur, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And you've heard it here firsthand from Arthur Kallos, and that's all for today. Thanks.